So, the issue that I'll be covering today is about drug addiction and its varying solutions that have all seemed to fail up until now. So, a bit of an introduction and some context is that the drug crisis has never been worse in the US. The solutions that are put into place have only caused the issues to become worse. Everyone has different solutions, causing this problem to never be fixed because we live in a bureaucracy. And education is lacking, and misinformation is spread about drugs. So the first article that I chose is the Los Angeles Times, and a quote that I liked is this, which reads as, "So as countless individuals are confronting having to rapidly taper or stop, we're facing a real possibility of a public health disaster on a scale not seen since the prescription opioid crisis that began a decade ago." So the stance that this article has on this issue is that it's mainly the government's fault for enforcing improper solutions to this issue. They negatively view lawmakers because they're the ones who caused it to become this bad, and they want to fund the impoverished, meaning they want to fund cheaper and affordable housing, and they also want to fund more social services so people who are poor don't turn to drugs. The next article, which I found extremely interesting, is the Brookings newsletter, and this quote that I chose is, "Legalization could remove or at least significantly reduce the very problems that cause the greatest public concern, the crime, corruption, and violence that attend the operation of illicit drug markets." The stance that they have on this issue is that they negatively view the misinformation that is represented about drugs and spread out through different outlets. They want to legalize all drugs as their solution, and they also want to give better education about the substances so for future solutions aren't made um, that are going to negatively affect the issue. Some discourses practices used are argumentative and expository discourse practices, as well as emotional labor and the role theory, or they can be connected to those. They're both argumentative because they're persuading the reader to follow their solutions, and they're both expository because they're both informing and educating the reader about their solutions and also this issue in itself. The reason that so many people hide their drug addiction, which can be connected to emotional labor and role playing, is that they don't want to come off as weak. They want to uphold their identity and role and do face work to maintain that they're happy and not really struggling because as a society we kind of view that as a negative and we don't really help people who are in that position. And what can we do to fix these problems? Well, first of all, we have to properly educate everyone about drugs, but also tell people that they shouldn't hide their addiction. And if they come out about it quicker, then it's easier for them to get off these drugs and addiction. We also have to let them know that um, uh, they don't have to role play for drug addiction, as that kind of leads to, hiding their issues. And that will be all. Thank you.